You think you're buying peace of mind. You think that little green tag means safe, verified, the real deal? What if I told you it's now officially worth it?
So, you don't ever want to get scammed again, huh?
In one of the most shocking sneaker scandals ever,
Someone gave you some fakes.
a judge has ruled that StockX, the king of sneaker authentication, sold fake Nike sneakers.
Nike, they say the sneaker marketplace StockX is actually selling fake shoes.
Right now. Another one is fake Mars yards have been purchased through StockX.
You know, whenever I hear these stories about fake sneakers on StockX,
Not an allegation, not a rumor, a legal fact. And when I tell you how Nike caught them red-handed, it's going to change how you look at every single pair you own. Stick around, because what started as a quiet legal dispute could destroy the world's biggest resale platform, and the ripple effect might hit your closet next. Before the scandal, StockX wasn't just another marketplace. It was the gold standard, the safe middleman in a dangerous game. Here's how it worked. Sellers list their sneakers, but before buyers get them, StockX sends the shoes through a verification process handled by expert authenticators. They check stitching, materials, barcodes, even the smell. And for years, this worked. The green tag they attached, it was a status symbol. People flexed them in Instagram photos. Some even kept them on their sneakers while wearing them in public. But every empire falls. And this one, it would crumble faster than anyone expected.
And I'm supposed to be talking about StockX.
StockX's biggest risk didn't come from fakes at first, it came from the future of collecting, trading, and making money. One expert put it bluntly, digital sneakers weren't just hype, they were gold, and StockX wanted in. They launched Nike-branded NFTs without asking Nike's permission, and that's when the swoosh locked on.
Scott, Miles just alluded to NFTs. You guys there yet? I don't think you have NFTs in the platform yet, right?
So as we look at the future of our business, we've always been a business. The original tagline was the stock market of things. And we do believe that, when you look at our customer, for example, we recently launched in Australia, and 4 Australian adults want to buy a limited release sneaker. 40% of them are doing it for the investment value. And so as we think of these as alternative assets and investments,
what started as a flashy new product became a legal tripwire. Nike's lawyers moved fast, and their investigation began peeling back layers StockX never intended to show. This wasn't just about trademark rights in a metaverse marketplace. Nike's deep dive started to shine a light on something far more damaging: cracks in the 100% authentic promise at the very heart of StockX's brand. And once Nike had a reason to look closer, they didn't stop. Nike's investigation quickly escalated from questioning StockX's digital offerings to scrutinizing every physical sneaker crossing the platform.
In the midst of this ongoing legal battle with Nike, Nike sued you over an NFT series based on Nike shoes, and then more recently accused StockX of selling counterfeits. What's your response to this latest salvo?
so from a legal perspective, we believe the original case has no merit. The additional amendment equally has no merit. We have the right to use any brand's name and trademarks when selling product, and that's well established under current law.
What they uncovered wasn't just a minor slip-up. It was a full-scale breakdown of trust. Court filings showed multiple pairs of sneakers proudly stamped with StockX's green verified authentic tag, a mark that once guaranteed peace of mind for millions of buyers. But when Nike's expert authenticators examined these shoes, the results were shocking. They were 100% fake. One particularly damning case involved Nike purchasing 62 pairs of sneakers directly from StockX. Every single pair failed Nike's rigorous authentication test. Out of 62 fakes, an impossible coincidence and a devastating blow to StockX's credibility. This moment marked the shattering of the illusion that the platform was an infallible middleman, capable of shielding buyers from counterfeit products. Instead, the green tag was revealed to be a fragile facade. The fallout intensified in March 2025 when a New York judge delivered a landmark ruling holding StockX potentially liable for knowingly selling counterfeit Nike sneakers. This decision pushed the case toward a high-stakes jury trial scheduled between mid-June and mid-November 2025. The implications could not have been clearer. StockX's core promise of authenticity, the foundation of its billion-dollar empire, was now on trial itself. The fight was no longer about branding battles in the metaverse or digital assets. It was about the very survival of the company's reputation and trust in the sneaker resale ecosystem. Behind the scenes, StockX has been attempting to tighten its verification processes, rejecting hundreds of thousands of products and investing millions in fraud detection. But the legal battle and public scrutiny have exposed deep systemic issues that simple fixes can't easily solve. As the courtroom drama unfolds, sneakerheads everywhere are left questioning, can StockX ever reclaim its place as the ultimate guardian against fakes? Or is this the beginning of the end for the green tag's trusted legacy? Nike didn't take StockX's defiant statement lightly. Behind closed doors, they accelerated their legal assault, filing fresh evidence, issuing targeted subpoenas, and bringing in top-tier anti-counterfeiting teams from across the globe. This was no longer just a dispute over trademarks or a few questionable sales. It was a calculated strike at the very heart of StockX's business model. Nike's lawyers began painting a picture of systemic failure, alleging that StockX's verification process was fundamentally broken, allowing sophisticated counterfeits to slip through undetected and land in the hands of unsuspecting customers. Leaked court documents detailed how counterfeit Nikes weren't just an occasional slip-up, they were entering the market at scale. This, Nike claimed, damaged their brand integrity, hurt retail partners, and eroded the trust that sneaker culture is built on. Industry analysts began to weigh in, warning that this case could set a precedent. If Nike won, it could permanently shift the balance of power, giving brands more control over resale markets and forcing platforms like StockX to operate under stricter regulations. For Nike, this wasn't just about winning a lawsuit, it was about sending a global message. If you trade on our name, you'd better protect it as fiercely as we do. But while the legal crossfire raged between two giants, sneakerheads and resellers everywhere were left wondering, what does all this mean for us? If you've ever relied on StockX's green tag as a guarantee, the revelations from this fight are impossible to ignore. For buyers, the burden of proof is shifting. You can't assume that a purchase from a big-name resale platform automatically equals peace of mind. Counterfeits are getting more sophisticated, and intense legal pressure is forcing platforms to tighten seller requirements, add more verification steps, and sometimes slow down transactions. For sellers, this means more hoops to jump through, stricter policies, longer payout times, and heavier scrutiny. The resale game you knew 2 years ago is evolving fast. That's why some sneakerheads are exploring platforms dedicated to sharper authentication and more transparent sourcing. Listings today might give you direct insight into supply chains, factory connections, or even detailed seller feedback, like what you'll often see on Soles Insignia, helping buyers pick up rare pairs with more confidence. Savvy buyers check those details and sometimes find authentic gems in places other platforms overlook. A new wave is coming. Whether you bought from the usual giants, sought out specialty shops, or even discovered creative alternative markets that claim to give you direct access to exclusive styles, the landscape is opening up. Sometimes the best deals and most unique kicks are hiding where you least expect them. Regardless of where you look, one thing is certain. The outcome of Nike versus StockX will change sneaker reselling for years to come. So, if you're hunting for the next gem, keep your eyes open, not just for tags, but for the real stories behind every pair. With the Nike versus StockX trial reaching its climax, the sneaker world holds its breath. The green tag, once the ultimate sign of authenticity, now sits at the heart of a legal reckoning. As each courtroom update hits, the trust that built the resale boom wobbles, and even the industry's biggest names face new scrutiny. If StockX is forced to overhaul its model, it could spark regulations and reshape the rules for every major resale platform. Insiders warn this isn't just about two giants slugging it out, this is about redefining what real means in sneaker culture. For collectors, every purchase feels riskier. For sellers, the path is less certain. And for the next wave of platforms, opportunity and responsibility go hand in hand. When the verdict lands, the rules of sneaker reselling may never be the same again, because after this trial, authenticity won't be just a selling point, it'll be the whole game. Watching this battle play out, Nike feels a bit like that strict boss who won't let anyone else run the show. They want full control over how their brand moves forward, no outside help, even when free marketing from places like StockX could actually boost their reach. It's like Nike's so focused on guarding every penny and every message, they sometimes miss the bigger picture. Buzz and visibility rarely hurt a brand. In fact, Resale hype often drives fans wild and pushes up demand. But here's the kicker. StockX's ability to jack up prices, that hits Nike's wallet directly, making this fight feel more like a turf war than just business as usual. This mix of brand control and cold hard cash is what makes this legal showdown feel personal, and why everyone in the sneaker world is watching closely. Think of it like this. It's as if Nike's keeping its sneakers locked in a glass cage, trying to protect the brand's shine, but in doing so, it risks losing the electric energy and excitement that comes from fans showing off those kicks on every street corner. The Nike vs. StockX trial isn't finished yet, and what happens next could change sneaker culture for good. But if you ask me, this isn't the final chapter. In battles like this, there are always problems lurking ahead, new twists waiting to surface, and fresh challenges to face. Will StockX clean up its act, earn back trust, and move into a new chapter? Or will this legal fight shake up the entire resale world? Sneaker fans and sellers everywhere are watching, because every ruling could rewrite the rules for buying and selling kicks. So, what do you think? Would a green tag shine again? Or is it time to find new ways to spot the real deal? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates on this story. This isn't just about sneakers. It's about trust, authenticity, and the future of how we buy what we love.